them get their pokes for the gram, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get their post for the gram. What's up, familia? Let some people get in here. We got way more people out right now than we did earlier. It's gonna be hilarious. See if you can see. There's a whole group of people up there. Yeah, there's a stand of people over there. And then we got people all back here. Uh-oh.
In the world. Alright, let's talk about it. Y'all gonna get triggered. So I'm offering $100 cash to anybody that can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth. $100 cash. No strings attached. If you get the questions wrong, you don't gotta pay me money. I'll give you $100 cash, fresh out the ATM, if you can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth. I'll even tell you what the first question is. How many times does the globe Earth spin in 24 hours? This is the easiest question I could think of. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking the question so you guys can go ahead and check out and get triggered. The Earth is not a spinning ball in a vacuum. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. What? What that crazy white boy say? The Earth is flat, bro. It's flat, right? So I should believe the Earth's a ball. I'm giving you $100 cash to prove that you know anything about the globe Earth. Because if you don't, how could you say I was crazy for not believing in it? That's like telling me I should believe in the Bible, but you never read Genesis. That's dumb. So $100 cash to anybody that can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth. The first question is, how many times does the globe Earth spin every 24 hours? And why are you guys wearing masks? Not medical advice, YouTube. Alright, so we're going to talk about it. First things first, I'm so glad you guys came to learn about the Earth and get in the stands tonight. How exciting. So there's something called fluid statics. Okay, so I have a bottle of water here. Check this out. As I tilt it, it always finds its level, no matter what I do. Still level, still level, still level, still level. It's called fluid statics. Water always finds its level, okay? Fluid statics necessitates water finds its level. I'll give you the chat. Oh, look, it's still level. Oh, look, it's still level. Okay, so water always finds its level. Well, they say 70% of the Earth is ocean. So how is 70% of a ball flat and level? Oh, it's gravity. Alright, no one here knows what gravity is. Most people think it's mass attracting mass. That's like 100 years old. It's the theory of relativity, the bending and the warping of space and time. There's no evidence for this, and I guess that butterflies and helium balloons are gravity-proof, but anyway. Gravity's not real. Hate to break it to you. Why is this city so loud? Everyone's so scared of the air that thousands of people are hanging out together on Times Square. Alright, I'm gonna let the sound drive in a little bit. $100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 questions about the globe Earth. $100 cash, no strings attached. If you don't get the answers right, you don't gotta pay me money. Uh-oh. Somebody had to call the ambulance. The globe is dead. The globe is dead. Call the ambulance. The globe is dead. Alright, so I'm going to teach you guys a history lesson y'all weren't taught in public school. So in 1969, we supposedly went to the moon. Yeah, this is where the boomers get triggered. I went to the moon, millennial. What have you done? We didn't do anything, bro. We didn't go to the moon, okay? So they said they went to the moon in 1969. They just can't go back anymore. World-renowned astronaut Don Pettit, this is a direct quote, "I'd go back to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we destroyed that technology and it's a painful process to build it back. So under NASA's own admission, we can't go back to the moon. It's too dangerous and they destroy the technology." Interesting. There's something called Operation Paperclip. This is declassified. We brought Nazi scientists over here. I thought we hated Nazis. What's up with that? Anyway. So an SS officer of the Nazi regime by the name of Werner von Braun, it's spelled with a W, you pronounce V because they're German. They're like that. All right, so he was in charge of space exploration. Look, even this guy knows. This guy knows. The parrot knows. Anyway, so Werner von Braun supposedly took us to the moon. He was in charge of space exploration. He was a literal Nazi, okay? An SS officer, not just an innocent scientist, an SS officer. He helped murder millions of people, but anyway. So they said we can't go back to the moon. I guess it's because we're out of Nazis. So we need to get some more Nazis so we can go back to the moon. All you wearing that NASA shirt, that's dumb. They just lie, and they take $60 million a day. $60 million a day. So anyway, Werner von Braun, when he wasn't busy murdering millions of people and lying to Americans about how you go to a vacuum next to pressure that couldn't exist, he also wrote a science fiction book in the 50s. And in this science fiction book, the main character's name is Elon. And guess what Elon does in this book? He founds the first civilization ever on Mars. What a coincidence. 2021, we have a guy named Elon Musk about to take us to Mars. So I guess when the Nazi wasn't busy murdering millions of people, he was also a prophet. I'll give you $100 cash if you can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth. Since I'm so crazy for not believing in it, you should at least know what it is I should believe in, right? $100 cash. The first question is, how many times does the Earth spin every day? Literally the easiest question I could think of. Should have learned this in elementary school. What you really learned in elementary school was your teacher pulled out a globe and they said, even though it says not for educational purposes on the bottom and it's completely disproportionate and it's not an accurate layout and can't be used for travel or anything, this is where you live. And then someone in the class raised their hand, they were like, would not fall off? And then she said, no, silly, gravity. And then you're like, that seems legit. When's recess though? So you were just shown a cartoon, told that you lived on a ball from the age like 5 up, and you just believe it because the government told you so. And yeah, if you learned it in public school, that means the government told you so. The government funds the public schools. And I got a side note here. Why are you guys still wearing masks? Because they said we were gonna flatten the curve in 2 weeks like a year ago, so not medical advice, YouTube. But what's up? Hey, I got an announcement. The CDC said that you actually now have to crawl on all 4s. Not medical advice, just a joke. So I guess you guys need to crawl on all 4s. The government said so. Anyway. Well, there's something that you breathe to stay alive. It's called oxygen. Some of you guys breathe oxygen at least. And the only way that you could have oxygen is if it was a pressurized system with 14.7 psi at the surface. Because you need this to live. Which is why I don't really get why you guys aren't breathing it, but anyway. So, you couldn't have a pressurized system. In a world. Okay, so oxygen is what keeps you alive. Turn it up a little bit. Sorry, technical difficulties. It was probably the Coriolis effect. The Earth is spinning too fast for me to get on the mic. Alright, anyway. So there's something called the second law of thermodynamics. Hey class, there's going to be a test. Okay? I need you guys to listen. There's something called the second law of thermodynamics. It necessitates that pressure will fill the available space and entropy will increase. Systems spontaneously seek equilibrium. That's why whenever you have a soda, the only way that you can keep it fresh is for it to be a sealed container so it can be carbonated and be fresh. When you open the seal, it goes psh, and then it equalizes to the lower pressure around it instantly. This is called the second law of thermodynamics. So how could you have a pressurized system sitting next to a vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr without a container? Take all the time you need. You couldn't. The gas pressure would fill the available space. I debate astrophysics professors, they can't answer it. So since I'm so stupid and crazy for thinking the Earth is flat, you should be able to come up here and stump me. Somebody come up here and ask your home run question for the flat earther, since I'm so dumb. You can come up, debate me, ask any questions, whether you think you can trump me or stump me, or whether or not you are genuinely curious, or if you want to play the game, you can play the game. $100 cash to anybody who can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth correctly. In a world where everyone's a zombie. Have you guys ever seen a zombie movie? That's what I feel like is going on right now. Hey, what's up? In a world. You think the Earth's a ball? You think the Earth's a ball?
A ball?
Yeah, you think there's a ball that spins in a vacuum?
No. Is there?
The Earth is flat. You think that's crazy? Okay. Yeah. So you know how you don't feel like you're moving right now? You know why? Because the Earth's not moving. Yeah, it's flat and it doesn't move. Isn't that profound? The only way you feel the Earth spinning right now is if you've been taking tequila shots. And I'm gonna need you guys to chill out. You're a little too drunk. And if you lay down and you start spinning, they're gonna ask you to roll over and put your feet on the Earth so you can stop spinning. That's because the Earth doesn't spin. No, it's just so big and it spins so slow, just don't feel it. You know what the other option is? The Earth doesn't spin. So what the globe Earth says is when you see the sun move in the sky and then set, actually it's just sitting still and you're falling backwards 1,000 miles an hour and it looks like that. I thought I was the conspiracy theorist. You know what the other option is? The sun moves in the sky. Profound. So when you look out at the ocean and you see the horizon, it's horizontal. That's actually what the word horizon means. It comes from horizontal. So it looks flat, but no, it's just so big, it just looks flat. It's actually curved. You know what the other option is? It's flat. So I'm offering $100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth correctly. The first one is how many times does the globe Earth spin? You want to play? What's that? How many times does the globe Earth spin every 24 hours? Super easy question. Once, that's correct. You want to get the next question? How far away is the sun?
Jesus Christ.
The sun is not Jesus Christ away. Miles.
120 million.
3 million miles.
3 million, nope.
120 million.
120 million, a little closer. 93 million. Kind of close.
You're good.
93 million miles. That's decently close, though. Sorry, I can't give you the bill, but I love you. You know? And the reason that I do this is to show that no one really knows anything about the globe Earth model. But they think I'm crazy for not believing in it. Well, I've been testing it for 5 years. I researched every aspect of it. There's actually tens of millions of us all around the Earth. But unfortunately, this U.S. government that really supports free speech, they say they censor flat Earth. That it's dangerous misinformation. That's what they say in Congress. That's not weird. What's up? Okay, people have been to the moon and we have pictures of the Earth though. Well, that would be cool if that was true, but we didn't actually go to the moon. So supposedly they went to the moon in 1969. They just can't go back again because they can't recreate the technology. They accidentally destroyed all the evidence of it or lost it. And when they came back and they gave different governments moon rocks, they tested them and they were just petrified wood. So they didn't actually go to the moon in 1969. Or they'd be able to go back because we give them $60 million a day. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I have an iPhone 12 right here. It has better processing than an entire warehouse of computers did in 1969 in your pocket. So technology gets better, not worse. So if you could go to the moon in 69, you could go back again today. But they can't.
If I could go right now and I could get a job, I'll go learn everything about Apple and create it myself in 19.
Nice, bro. So yeah, you can't go to the moon. I guess it's because we're out of Nazis. Apparently the Nazis took us to the moon, but since we don't have any more Nazis, we can't go. That's actually the official story. We brought Nazis over here in Operation Paperclip, and they took us to the moon. It's declassified. It's called Operation Paperclip. They spoke English too, and their official, of course. Werner von Braun, he was an SS officer that took us to the moon. He spoke English too, but their official explanation is that it was too dangerous of technology to let get in the hands of other countries, so we had to destroy it.
What about the international space station?
What about the International Space Station? We get pictures daily from that. Well, they claim the ISS is 252 miles in the sky going 17,500 miles per hour, right? In the size of roughly a 757. You can never see a 757 from 252 miles away. It's called the inverse square law. So you literally couldn't see it from where they claim it is. In addition, the live feed on ISS, they have a bunch of glitches where they have like stuffed animals pop out of nowhere. Their hands go through coffee cups. Their hands go through mics. They have harnesses on where they have to pick each other up. So they're faking pictures on the ISS, and I think if it was real, you probably wouldn't have to fake it. If you walk all around the Earth, will you fall off the edge? No, there's something called the Antarctic Treaty. Right. So every country in the world has agreed that you cannot explore past what's called the 60th south latitude, effectively a circle around you. And past that is where Antarctica is. So you can't even go there. It's illegal. So we don't really, no flat earther thinks you fall off the edge. No, we just know there's an ice wall.
So may I ask, how do you explain the different seasons at different places?
How do you explain the different seasons? Yeah. So the sun is smaller and more local. It moves over top of the Earth.
Smaller than what?
Smaller than they said. Smaller than the Earth. It's much more local.
The sun is smaller than the Earth?
Yeah, absolutely. But when you look up in the sky, does it look like it's bigger than the Earth?
No, because it's thousands and millions of miles away.
That's what they said. But that's not true. Actually, the supposed distance of the sun has changed 6 times in the last 100 years. They keep changing their story.
Yes, because we have better developed technology.
Yes, well actually because their math stopped working, so they had to change the story so it would try to work again. But the reason that we have seasons is because the sun moves over top of you and it gets further away from the north over the course of the year, which is why like Australia will have summer during December because they're further from the center, so the sun's over top of it. It has a cycle that gets closer and further away from the center.
So let's say this is the Earth. You say the Earth is flat.
Yeah, provably.
So you're saying the Earth does spin?
No, the Earth does not spin.
Okay. So are you saying the sun goes around us?
Yeah, the sun goes over top of us in a circle.
So vertically or horizontally?
It would be like horizontal, effectively.
Okay, so if, let's say the Earth is flat and the sun is going around like this, if the sun is on the sides of us, there would be no light in the center of the Earth.
No, it goes, no, okay. So it goes closer to the center and further away from the center throughout the course of the year.
Yes, but you're saying it's going around the
Alright, if you want to learn, I'll teach you, but you're going to have
I'm
to
not
chill.
learning, I'm putting in my sensor.
I know, but I'm trying to teach you. So there's something called a
You're
radius.
teaching me false information.
No, I'm teaching you real information. You're telling me fairy tales. So, yeah. Okay, just calm down. If you want to know the truth, I'll tell you. So the sun has a certain radius of light, like a flashlight, right? The flashlight doesn't shine forever, right? But it shines close to the center of the Earth. It has a radius of light. And as it moves over the Earth, right, it gets too far away from you, you can't see it anymore, it becomes nighttime. And it comes back around, it becomes sunrise. And it keeps doing that for all recorded history. The sun's a small local light.
So, what would you say the radius of the sun to the center of the Earth would be?
What's the radius of the sun to the center of the Earth?
If it was flat.
It is provably flat because we measured it and proved it, but we can't actually get to the sun to measure a distance, so we don't claim a distance to the sun. That's what they do.
Would you say that it is roughly a circle or roughly an oval if it was around the perimeter of the Earth?
Roughly a circle that's smaller and bigger throughout the year.
Okay, so that would mean it's an oval if it's smaller and bigger at certain points.
No. It's a circle, and it moves over top of the Earth, and then it moves further away from the north, having a longer distance to travel throughout the year.
So it's an oval, not a circle.
It's not an oval.
If it's longer at one point, it's shorter in another.
Okay, you don't seem to understand. There's a circle that's smaller, and then there's a bigger circle outside of it. There's no ovals.
So how does it follow a certain track? It goes on 2 different tracks?
Yeah, but she's being a little arrogant. What's up?
It goes on 2 different tracks.
Different tracks. Yeah, it has different motion throughout the year. It gets further away from the center.
So then how would we have daytime and nighttime at the same time?
Because the sunlight doesn't reach the entire Earth. It can only go so far.
I mean a certain...
Alright, I'm just going to get technical with you. Okay, there's something called the attenuation of light, okay? The attenuation of light is the absorption rate of light into a medium. So the light doesn't shine forever. It gets absorbed into the medium. It can only reach so far. Like if I have a flashlight over top of the ground, it's not going to shine up across the street, right? And so it just shines up a certain part of the Earth. It lights it up. And then as it moves over top of the Earth, it comes back around and it becomes daytime again. So, and the truth be told, pointing to the sky doesn't really answer the question anyway, right? Because if there's a ball, it has to curve on the ground. The surface has to curve. So like, say you walk up to a mound of dirt, right? You can't see through the mound of dirt to the other side, right? It's blocking your view. The earth has to do that if it's a ball. It has to curve and block your view, right? At a certain rate, because they say the radius is 3,959 miles. That means it has to curve at 8 inches per mile squared, up to 1,000 miles, okay? So I'm gonna say this, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So based on geometry, you should see the curvature of the Earth at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So the square root of 1 is 1, right?
I'm a geography.
Sweet. So the square root of 1 is 1. So 1 foot off the surface of the Earth, you should see the curvature of the Earth at 1.225 miles away. We have an observation 1 foot off the surface. The horizon's over 10 miles away. That would require the radius of a ball be over 250,000 miles.
So how, I may ask, so you believe in gravity, yes?
No, I don't believe in gravity.
Well, you also believe the Earth is flat, so I have to
I know for a fact the Earth's flat. I've tested it for 5 years.
So how do you explain the gravity at the center of the Earth? If the Earth is flat,
How do I explain gravity at the center of the Earth? What is the center of the Earth?
the center of the Earth has a magnetic pull that creates gravity.
The center of the Earth has a magnetic pull. Well, magnetism and gravity are supposedly different things, but actually the globe Earth can't explain the core of the Earth yet. That means Princeton, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, they can't explain it. Because metals, they have a thing called a Curie point. When they get too hot, they can't be magnetic anymore, right? They claim that the core has those metals in it and that it's really hot, past the temperature that it would lose its magnetic capability. So they're still trying to explain the core. The deepest hole ever dug is 7.8 miles. It's called the borehole in Russia. That's the deepest we've ever dug. So we know nothing about what's 4,000 miles down in the core. Now, gravity is just an idea to explain the Earth being a ball. So I guess that helium balloons are gravity proof, right? Because when I fill a helium balloon, what happens?
Well, the balloons are lighter than the Earth.
Exactly. Balloons are lighter than the air, so they go up. You're heavier than the air, so you go down. That's it. It's called density equilibrium. There's no gravity anywhere.
Do you think that there are people underneath the Earth as well, on the top and the bottom of the Earth's flat?
Do I think there are people underneath the Earth? I would never claim that.
Explain the population per square mile.
It would be the same. The population
My
would be the
dog
same.
died! My dog died! I don't know.
Yeah. So this is basically what happens when you're just indoctrinated in school your whole life. It's kind of sad, but it's whatever. So if anybody thinks they can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth, that's cool. That was beneficial to the crowd. She asked basic questions that you should ask. She just had a little bit of attitude.
In a world.
Yeah, it's a bird. There's a bird behind me. Hey, bro, is the theory of relativity real?
There's the bird that's getting crazy.
Yeah, the bird said the theory of relativity is stupid. Whoa. Cheer if the Earth is flat. Take your time. Hey! Cheer if the Earth's a ball. Oh, it's settled. It's settled. So anyway, guys, NASA lied. They take $60 million a day, but they say they still can't go to space, and apparently they can only go when they have Nazis. So would the government ever lie? Yo, bro, chill. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, man, it's turning up. Can y'all see the bird?
Flat. That's what he keeps saying.
Flat, flat, flat.
Yeah, he's on this guy right here. Y'all can see him.
Y'all see the bird?
Sounds like you're saying the Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. I get it, bro. I get it. He's asking you guys to please stop hiding your face because the area is what keeps you alive. Alright, so anyway, $100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 questions about the globe Earth. I bet they can't hear me over there. Can they?
Not anymore. These guys
You guys should move on that side.
Alright, we're gonna move. Yo, bro. Inner world. Watch out. See, we got a crowd, bro. They came just to learn about the Earth.
$100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 basic questions about the globe Earth. The Earth's not a ball that spins in a vacuum, that's dumb. The air's not gonna kill you, that's dumb. Passports don't pop out of fire, that's dumb. I don't blindly believe the government, that's dumb. Do you guys think the government would ever lie? Don't say anything back if you know the government would lie. I'm glad we're all in agreement. The government always lies. Yo, have y'all ever heard of the Vietnam War? Well, what happened was they told the American public that Vietnam attacked our ship and we had to go start a war with them. Well, they've declassified since that actually, dude, they've declassified since that actually they attacked their own ship and blamed it on Vietnam so that we could go fight them. That sounds like a good group of people we should trust.
Tell me if you want me to say anything. Yeah, I know I can't talk about that much, or I'll get banned.
In a world. All right, class. Here's the deal. The Earth's not a spinning ball. That's dumb. Okay. So you can't have a pressurized system adjacent to a near-perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr. This violates the second law of thermodynamics, which is a natural law. That doesn't mean theory or something that we've come up with or guessed about. This is something that happens always, forever, for all recorded history, and we just documented it. It's the second law of thermodynamics. It says that heat will go to cold and high pressure will go to low pressure, blah, 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 blah. So very simply, you couldn't have pressure sitting next to a vacuum because that's dumb. It would fill the vacuum. Vacuums don't suck, right? The air would fill the vacuum instantaneously. So how could you have pressure that is what you're breathing, by the way? Air pressure, oxygen. Well, some of you guys are breathing it. Jeez Louise, bunch of zombies. Anyway, for those of you that aren't breathing, you're breathing oxygen. Okay? You're breathing. I see you. So you breathe oxygen, that's what keeps you alive. You couldn't be breathing and sustaining life, right? If the air pressure was sitting next to a vacuum. This is literally impossible. Fluid statics, which we discussed earlier, class. There will be a test. Fluid statics always necessitates that water finds its level. So it's level this way. Oh, it's spilling. It's level that way. Oh, it's still level. Oh, it's still level. Oh, it's still level. Water always finds its level. That's why we put fluid in levels. I know, it's profound. So, how could 70% of a ball be level? Take all the time you need. If the surface of the Earth isn't curving anywhere, what is it? Take all the time you need. If the Earth isn't moving, what's it doing? Sitting still. Alright, anyway, I'm going to tell you guys the fairy tales that you guys think I'm crazy for not believing in. So they say when you see the sun move in the sky and it looks like it's setting, it's actually sitting still. You're just falling backwards 1,000 miles per hour, so it looks like that. So have you guys ever seen a sunset? Do you think you're falling backwards during the sunset and that's why it looks like it's moving? Or maybe the sun is moving away from you. Whenever you see the horizon and it's horizontal, do you think it's horizontal or do you think it just looks like that? It's actually curving. You know the word horizon, it comes from the word horizontal. That's literally where the word comes from. Horizon, horizontal. Because the horizon's horizontal, which means flat or level. Every time you've ever seen the horizon, it's flat. Every time you've ever seen anything on the Earth, it's flat. We have observations where we see mountains hundreds of miles away that should have been hidden by a mile of Earth curve. So anyway, I'm going to skip to the chase here because I know what most of the mind-numb zombies are thinking. I got to post a pic for the gram. I heard Polo G dropped a new album. When's Drizzy dropping that heat, though? No one cares about anything that's important. So they're like, why would it matter? What's it matter if they lied? Why would they lie? Why would they lie? So this is the analogy I use. Let's say you had a girlfriend and I walked up to you with my iPhone. I said, I got some bad news, bro. Your girl's cheating on you. I got a video of it. Would you say, nah, bro, I don't want to see the evidence of that? Why would she lie? She would never lie to me. Why would she even lie? Or would you look at the evidence, found out she cheated on you, and then try to figure out why she lied? You look at the video unless you're a clown. Well, I'm asking you to look at the evidence. Unnecessary. Wow, bro. That dude's well endowed. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Y'all are so rebellious that you're still taking orders from the government. This is the only city I've ever been in where people walk around like they G's while taking orders from the government. I'm such a gangster, bro. Yeah, cuz. That's why I take orders from the government, bro. $100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 questions about the globe Earth. $100. Yo, I had the little pentagram wearers converge on me and tell me I had to move because I'm on an amplifier, but you can be as loud as you want to in the streets. That checks out.
Just a bunch of zombies. The New York mass clown circus is sadly entertaining. Yeah.
All right, so here's what it matters. People ask, why would they lie? What's it matter? I'm about to tell you, so try and just take your head out of your Instagram for a second. Instagram's not going anywhere. Okay, so they told you you're a tiny speck of dust in an ever-expanding universe and you came from apes and all this other nonsense. But look, if the Earth's not moving, that means it's the center of everything, because the sky resets every single year over top of you. So if the Earth is the center of everything, that means that it was created. Uh-oh. What's it even matter if the Earth is flat? Well, if it's flat and not moving in the center of everything, that means that someone had to put it there. That's the only scientifically viable option. So if someone put the Earth there, that means that there's a creator. Uh-oh, you might not need to be wilding so much. Uh-oh, you might get held accountable. So it does matter. And it objectively matters. Okay? You should figure out this life. Now, most of you guys just don't care about anything, right? But, I'm trying to wake up those that do care. I know most of you guys are dead. Let the dead bury the dead. If the Earth is the center of everything, that means it had to be created. Also, we are lying to children. So I get it, you're apathetic and you don't care about your life and you just want to stare at IG and Netflix all day. They're lying to children. Just like when you tell them that some invisible guy is watching them all the time, and then he's gonna sneak in their house through the fire and give them some presents. Right? That's called lying to children. So they're brainwashing children at the age of 5, telling them that they came from apes and that nothing matters and they don't have a spirit and that they need to blindly obey authority and the government and the school and their teacher and that nothing matters. I think lying to children is despicable. You know what the scriptures say about that? That if you're going to lead one of these little ones astray, it's better that you have a millstone tied around your neck and you be thrown to the depths of the sea. So stop lying to children. If you don't want to care about anything in the world, that's cool. Let them hear the true information to make up their own mind, though. Right? Because they're lying to children. I think that kind of matters. Oh, and they're stealing $60 million every day of tax money at NASA, but that's no big deal. Oh, but Austin, we have pictures of the Earth from space. Well, NASA admits they're just cartoons. NASA admits they're not real pictures of Earth. So get your dumb phone out, get off your stupid IG for a second, and Google Robert Simmons, Blue Marble, NASA.gov. NASA's very own website tells you that's not a real picture, that it's an artist rendition, it's a painting. So if we've been to space and I'm so crazy, we have pictures of Earth from space, then why does NASA say that they're just cartoons then? Here's a direct quote from NASA's website, or damn near direct quote. We take high altitude pictures, we stitch them together on a flat map surface, we then wrap it around the ball, we bring an artist in to match what the observer expects it to look like. Robert Simmons, this artist, direct quote, said, of course it's photoshopped, it has to be. So we don't have real pictures of a ball from space. NASA says that. So when you're real cocky and arrogant talking about, we have pictures of the Earth from space, well, NASA disagrees with you, and that's where you're supposedly getting the pictures from. So they're not pictures, they're computer-generated images. They're images from their imagination, okay? And that's what they say. They say we don't have real pictures of the Earth from space. It's 2021. Oh, I'm the conspiracy theorist, though. $100 cash to anyone that can answer 3 basic questions about the globe. Earth. Gotta talk over this dude that's be bumping music. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. What's happening? Snapping it back in the fashion it. Oh, I need some cash this trip. Dang, I cannot be playing music on YouTube. Alright. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys another little coincidence. You call me a conspiracy theorist, but you're a coincidence theorist. So there's somebody called the Masons, okay? When you get to the 33rd degree Freemasons, you actually have to know the earth is flat. That's what they say in their own literature. So you're also not allowed to be an atheist if you're a Mason, by the way. They think it's the dumbest ideology to ever exist. But once you get to the 33rd degree, you don't just pop up there, you do rituals, and you get to the 32nd, you have to get voted on to get to the 33rd degree. You have to know that they adhere to the Luciferian ideology and that the earth is flat. It's not loud enough, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can't hear it over there.
This is as loud as I can get it. So for you to get to the 33rd degree Freemason, you have to know that the earth is flat and that they adhere to the Luciferian ideology. Have you ever heard of the number 666? Okay, let's see how many times the number 666 pops up in this globe earth. Coincidence, theorists. So supposedly, the diameter of the moon is 2,160 miles. That's 6 times 6 times 60. Supposedly, the circumference of the earth in nautical miles is 21,600. That's 6 times 6 times 600. Supposedly, the North and South Arctic circles are at 66.6 degree latitude. Supposedly, we're on a 66.6 degree tilt. Supposedly, we're going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour. Supposedly, this uses gravity discovered in 1666 by Isaac Newton, and the number for gravity is 6.666. So if you think all those sixes are a coincidence, oh, and supposedly the curvature rate of the earth is 0.666 feet per mile squared. You think that's all just a coincidence? Whoa. They're Luciferians, they put their number all over it. They know the earth's flat, they're trying to see how many people will fall for it. And by the looks of it, they're doing pretty good, because most of the people in New York City are still scared of the air. I think they came from apes. So they told you that everything came from nothing. It's called the Big Bang Theory, but the truth is it doesn't say it came from nothing, it says there was a pre-existing energy. So most people say that they're atheists, and they think that makes them woke. They're so smart and woke. Science. I'm an atheist. There's no such thing as an atheist. See, to be an atheist, you have to say you know for a fact that there is 100% no creator. That's what the etymology of atheist means. There is no such thing as an atheist. No one could honestly say they know for a fact that there's no creator. You're agnostic at best. You're not allowed to be a Freemason if you're an atheist, though. So anyway, most of the atheists say, I'm so woke. Science, right? Evolution, Big Bang Theory. It's pretty funny that you think you're an atheist and you hate religion, yet you believe in the Big Bang Theory, which was proposed by a Catholic priest, George Lamonte, the Big Bang Theory. So a Catholic priest gave you your religion. See, the heliocentric model actually is a religion because it's a belief system built upon the doctrine of men void of empirical evidence. That's the very definition of a religion. That's why we have people getting all triggered. That's why we have people screaming. That's why people say, you're stupid, you think the earth is flat. But they don't know anything about it. No one can win the $100. You blindly believe it, but you don't even understand it. That's called a religion, okay? And these people that lie to you, they're actually sun worshipers, which is why we have the Statue of Liberty in the city. It's actually a Helios statue. So go Google a Helios statue, then look at the Statue of Liberty, and you'll find out they're exactly the same thing. Helios is the sun god. That's why they told you that you're on a heliocentric model, because everything goes around the sun, because they worship the sun. And in fact, they say the sun is the perfect symbol of enlightenment. That's why they worship it. And by the way, they're building their new world order. While you guys walk around so scared of the air.
Yo, I think my speaker died. My speaker died. Game's over. Game's over. I say it again. The game is over. The game is over. Yo, I was about to hit him with so much truth, bro. I thought we charged this like yesterday. It's dead, huh? Speaker died. So you think robots are demonic? It's super small. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. The speaker died. What can I do? I had some people listening. It sucks. Oh well.
All right, bro. Hey guys. What is going on? Yeah, you better charge you like 20.
I know.
Yo, what is there a show going on? Nah, this is what you sit there. What the fuck,
Also, you're not allowed to go past the 60th south latitude, Antarctic Treaty, so they're hiding land.
Oh, that's
Isn't
Every country in the world agrees.
isn't Australia below that?
Is in Australia what?
Below the 60-degree.
It's close to it, but no, you can't privately explore past the 60th degree. You can actually travel the water, but they'll intercept you. They'll intercept you when you get to the land.
What about the top? Is it 60 north as well?
The North Pole, effectively.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
is that also restricted?
Yeah, within 500 miles of each direction. So you can get a little bit closer to the North Pole, but you can't go all the way to the center. And they lied about what's in the center for sure. I don't know what it is though.
But isn't Greenland above?
Greenland's really close.
Oh, you can see us behind.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. My speaker died. Sad day.
That's okay. Like, are there any books that we can read to learn more?
Yeah, there are books. I'm trying to think of some good ones. Hey guys, suggest some books for these guys you think they should read. There's quite a few of them.
Well, what channel are we on?
WitsitGetsIt on YouTube. I can show you that. Do you have any more of those? Or I can type
I'm
it.
almost out of battery.
Maybe we can make it.
That's our show.
Just right here. WitsitGetsIt.
Oh, got it. That's cool.
Yeah, bro. Y'all see them
Oh,
behind it?
there are books in there.
Yeah, there should be some books up there. Those are scripture based, so I mean, it might not be your cup of tea. Why we have any?
It's pretty good to know. What's it gets it?
WitsitGetsIt, yeah. WIT.
Oh.
Bro, YouTube, say hi.
Oh, hello. I'll type it in.
I got it. I'm on 3%, but
How
I'm
many
going to
people
search it
did
up.
you convince here?
What?
How many people did you convince here at the Earth is flat?
More than you would think. I haven't talked to anyone since this. The speaker just died, but earlier I did it, and quite a few people came up to me.
Yeah?
So yeah, people were pretty open-minded.
Yeah.
They saw that the government kind of tried to take over, so they wanted to know what's going on.
How do you, so I'm sure there must be a lot of people who do not believe in this. How do you stand out against them? Like, what's that experience?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I get attacked a lot, but it's whatever. You know, I've researched it for 5 years. I know it's fun. I had a six-figure job.
What got you interested in researching this topic?
Why am I interested?
Yeah.
Because I think it's the biggest lie ever told. I think they lie to children and tell them that they live on a tiny speck of dust.
The first thing that they teach them.
Yeah, I think that's disgusting, a lie to children. You know, I hate that. And I'm a believer, so, you know, the Father told me to come out and wake people up. And it's an attack on the scripture.
The father told you?
Yeah, the Father from the scriptures. Yeah. They call him God, but Yahuwah.
The father told you to come?
Yeah, like the Father called me out into the world. Like I prayed and fasted about it. I actually was gonna stop talking about the earth when I came to the Creator, but he showed me a bunch of times in the scripture where he wants me to go speak.
When did you meet the Creator?
I didn't meet him. I just prayed and fasted, and you can have like
Experiences?
spiritual revelation. Yeah, it's anecdotal. Like I can't give it to you. You know?
Obviously not.
Yeah. But it sounds crazy. I can.
How can we get close to that kind of experience?
I prayed and fasted.
That helps.
Fasting, but
Yeah.
not fasting to like lose weight, right? Like turn your devices off, get alone, like pray and fast.
Like a sacrifice?
It's crazy. If you've ever taken psychedelics, it's like that.
Are there any psychedelics that you recommend?
I don't take drugs, but what I'm saying, like I did back when I was younger, and it's like that. Only it's like way more intense. It's a trip. But anyway, it's just like it's like being high but sober, and you get revelation. You have to ask for certain things and be sincere and pray.
Yeah.
And you'll,
Focus.
When you fast, man, and you guys are not like, you guys are kind of skinny, so it'll happen really fast.
Oh.
Yeah, like it happens faster relative to how big you are.
Yeah.
You're calling us that all the girls in our group are laughing.
Do what?
All the girls in our group are laughing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it sounds crazy.
Oh man.
No, this is interesting. No.
Yeah. Like when I first heard it, I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like when I first heard the Earth was flat, I was like, oh my gosh, there are people that think the Earth is flat. I didn't hear someone break it down like I do though, you know? I just heard it in passing and I was like, you're crazy.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah. Austin Whitsitt. So, yeah, it's Austin Whitsitt. I don't know how else to tell you.
Well, that's fine.
I can't talk pretty reckless.
Are there other meetups in different cities? Or
Yeah, we meet up all over.
Good chat. Do you want to come with me? Like,
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Good meeting you guys.
Yeah, much
Have a
love,
good
bro.
night.
Y'all stay up. in a world. Thank you for the super chats. Sorry, the freaking speaker died, bro, and I had a bunch of people in the crowd. Oh well, what can you do, man? Thanks again, brother, no problem. Eric DeBay's books are really good. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to read. There were some books on there. I just told him to hit me up. You know, it is what it is. Oh man, I'm low-key salty, bro. Anyway, we charged that thing. It's supposed to have like 12 hours of life, so I don't know what happened. But I'm gonna catch up with you on the flip. So we got a few people over here, right? We got these people over here. And we got animals over here. They're pretty cool. They know the Earth's flat. They couldn't fly. I'm just saying though. They know the Earth's flat or they couldn't fly. I'm just saying though. All right, so we're gonna go chill with Dave tomorrow, and then we're gonna actually come back here. I think is the plan. We're gonna come back here, and we're gonna go to like the Statue of Liberty, so Ellis Island. We're gonna go on the ferry, go all around, hit the different parks. You know, hit Brooklyn, hit Times Square again. So, you know, no big deal. This is my favorite spot right here because there's literally there's stands here, bro. It's hilarious. I'm like, okay, class. But yeah, so we'll come back. Yo, someone had to get timed out. You must be tripping. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'm gonna catch up with you on the flip side. There's really no reason for me to stay live, but sorry about that. I didn't think my speaker was gonna die. I was gonna do this for a couple hours, but stuff happens. Hopefully, the people that need to hear it. Usually, people come up to me when I get off the camera, or they motion to me and they do stuff like this. We had a lot of good reception earlier. We've already dude, I was doing this before we were on camera because I was talking about genetic modification and stuff like that. And we had a lot of people, we had a whole group of people walk up to us talking about how they were flat earthers. So you'd be surprised how many people are open-minded. You just gotta speak the truth. A lot of people are not open-minded though. Don't get it twisted. Blessings, thank you, bro. I'm trying to find your super chat, but I don't see it. There it is. Thank you, Colin, for the $4.99 super sticker. Critical hit. All right, guys. I'm going to catch up with you later. As you can see, here we are. In a world where everyone's maxed up. Not medical advice. Where everyone looks like zombies. I'm doing the best I can. But anyway, we're going to go chill with Dave tomorrow, and then we'll chill with him for a day or two, or maybe 3. I don't really know. And then we're going to come back to New York. And then we're going to get a lot of good content. We're going to run into some Hebrew Israelites. We're going to chill with some fellow flat earthers that are in this area. And we're all going to link up. My brother, another awesome time. 100, you inspire me to get out there and to do the same. May you continue to be blessed. Thank you, bro. Much love, and I'm glad, bro. That's awesome. All right. Stay safe out there. We're good, dude. Y'all's got my back. All right, so seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. Seek and speak truth unequivocally, bro, no matter what. And whenever they revile you for his name's sake, actually rejoice, for they did that to all the prophets before you. And, you know, just weak people attack you because they're ignorant. They self-project their own intellectual insecurity, but they do that all the time, you know. Like, there were actually people trying to wake the people up in Germany, like, why are you voting for Hitler? This, allegedly, you know, and they were getting attacked. That's how it always is. So just stand up and speak the truth no matter what. Some people have ears to hear, some people do not. The people that don't have ears to hear, let the dead bury the dead. And if you want to support the tour, masqueradetour.com, y'all know the deal. $WitsitGetsIt, Cash App, Whitsitt@protonmail.com on PayPal. All right, so anyway, I'm going to catch up with y'all later. Peace.